Colleagues, I won't mince words. The situation in the Middle East requires an urgent diplomatic solution. For more than a year, we've seen devastating civilian suffering in Israel and Gaza, the West Bank and Lebanon, and we've seen upheaval and unprecedented attacks by Iran and its proxies. Against this backdrop, the United States has exercised leadership.
Those in favor of the draft resolution in document S/2023/970, raise your hand.
En contra.
Against? The draft resolution has not been approved due to the veto of a permanent member of the Security Council.
Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2024/173 please raise their hand? Those against? Abstentions? The draft resolution has not been adopted owing to the negative vote of a permanent member of the Council.
Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2024/312 please raise their hand? Those against? Thank you. The draft resolution has not been adopted owing to the negative vote of a permanent member of the Council.
And resolve in pursuing clear objectives in the war in Gaza. In the war in Gaza by securing the release of hostages while surging aid to Palestinians who did not start and cannot end this conflict. Avoid a broader regional war while forcefully countering Iran's terrorist proxies and destabilizing activities and demonstrating an ironclad, unprecedented commitment to Israel's security. And press for the full implementation of the Council's resolutions, including Resolution 1701. These remain the United States' objectives, and we do see a path to achieving them. Secretary Blinken has stated it is time to end the war, and he is committed to doing everything possible to achieve that. Israel accomplished the goal it set out for itself, dismantling Hamas's military organization and eliminating Hamas's leadership responsible for October 7th. Now we need to ensure the hostages come home and that Hamas does not return to power. Of course, despite public claims to the contrary, Hamas has refused to engage on any of the numerous proposals put forward in the past 8 weeks. Indeed, Qatar has expressed its frustration at Hamas's unwillingness to engage seriously. Still, we will not give up on this diplomacy. As we press for an end to the war, Israel must also urgently take additional steps to alleviate the catastrophic humanitarian situation in Gaza. The United States has been specific about what exactly Israel must do to improve the situation for Palestinian civilians. We're closely tracking Israel's actions in this regard and engaging with its leaders every single day, and there has been some progress. Israel is currently working to implement 12 of the 15 steps we have outlined. Still, we need to see all steps fully implemented and sustained. And we need to see concrete improvement in the humanitarian situation on the ground. That includes Israel allowing commercial trucks to move into Gaza alongside humanitarian assistance. This is crucial to avoiding famine. We also need Israel to address persistent lawlessness so that the hundreds of trucks of aid arriving at crossing points into Gaza can reach people in need. Most significantly, we need real and extended pauses in fighting and combat in large areas of Gaza, again, so as to enable assistance to reach people in desperate need. Colleagues, this conflict was stoked and exploited by Iran, which provided support to regional proxies and partners and directly put millions of innocent Israelis, Palestinians, and Lebanese civilians at risk. The United States has responded forcefully, deploying its military assets on 2 occasions when Iran launched unprecedented ballistic missile attacks on Israel. And as President Biden has made clear, we will continue to stand alongside Israel and all of our regional partners in defending against Iran's destabilizing regional actions. At the same time, we recognize with Nasrallah and other Iranian-backed proxies eliminated, a diplomatic resolution is needed to end the fighting in Lebanon, achieve stability along the Blue Line, and return Israeli and Lebanese citizens safely to their homes. Israeli officials last week underscored their openness to a diplomatic resolution that would do just that. We all know that this requires Hezbollah to withdraw from an area between the Blue Line and the Litani River, as well as the full deployment of the Lebanese armed forces throughout the south. For far too long, Hezbollah has threatened the security of Israel, Lebanon, and the region. With support from Iran, Hezbollah built up its forces in plain sight and in disregard of resolutions 1559 and 1701. This cannot and must not reoccur. Rather than call for unconditional ceasefires that Iran and its proxies have no intention of honoring, members of this council should speak with one voice in support of diplomatic efforts to achieve a durable end to the fighting. In addition, we expect all parties to respect the safety and security of UNIFIL personnel and premises and take steps to ensure UNIFIL's ability to operate freely and in accordance with its mandate. Peacekeepers must not be targeted. Colleagues, the United States is steadfast in its commitment to Israel's security. As President Biden has said, U.S. support for the safety of the Israeli people, the security of Israel, and its right to exist as an independent state are unshakable. But U.S. military support alone will not solve Israel's security challenges and protect its people, nor will proposals to annex the West Bank or construct Israeli settlements in Gaza, which, if implemented, would sow the seeds of further instability and create new obstacles to full integration of Israel into the region. This cannot be a time to waver in our commitment to a 2-state solution. Our diplomacy will provide a path forward. Palestinian dignity and self-determination and Israel's security needs are mutually reinforcing, mutually exclusive. To help Lebanon exercise effective control over its territory and see Resolution 1701 fully implemented, and to strengthen regional and international resolve to deny Iran and its enablers the ability to dictate the course of events in the Middle East. Through diplomacy, this region can begin to heal and rebuild a better future, one without Iran and its proxies, Hamas and Hezbollah, exerting undue influence, one in which Israelis and Palestinians are afforded equal measures of peace and security, one in which the limitless pain we're seeing today gives way to the limitless understanding I believe and I know is possible. Thank you, Mr. President.